I'm doing a free class where I'll be sharing my 3-step framework on how to get a 250K plus job in AI, data, and multi-cloud in less than 6 months, even as a beginner with no coding required. Now, when I say this, one of the common challenge I get is someone, if you're applying but not confident to apply for the job because you don't have the necessary skills, or you're applying for the interview calls but you're not getting an interview calls, or you are, some of you guys are who are lucky ones are attending the interviews but not able to clear those. And that is what we are going to talk about, from not being confident on how to become confident in getting apply for the jobs, or from no interviews to multiple interview calls, and from no job offer on how you get job offer, like hundreds and thousands of individuals like you and have now got jobs as well. And I'm going to cover that in one of the 3 domains. One, as I said, multi-cloud, specifically on AWS or Azure, or data engineering, or AI, machine learning, and generative AI. So we'll talk about that here, how you're going to do that. And if you're new to me, I have close to 2.5 decades of experience, and whatever you've tried to achieve or trying to achieve, I've done it myself. These are some of the clients who I've worked with across the globe. In majority, I'm based in UK, but I've worked remotely as an on-site as well in Europe, as well as US, and a couple of clients in Middle East, other countries as well. Now, this is done. I've gone from earning less than $100 a month to then moving to UK and working on 425 pounds a day to 500, 700, 900, now charge in excess of 1,000 pounds. And that's what I'm going to cover, entire thing I've done myself and how you can do as well. On this journey I've done, there are lots of ups and downs. So I'll share those, some of the lessons learned that as well. Now, the framework which I'm going to talk about in this free class is not just worked for me, but hundreds and thousands of individuals like you with different background as well. Like SJ, who you see in the screenshot here, not only her husband got a job, but she doubled her salary. Or Shrija, struggling to find a job to now working on AI and machine learning. Or like Shovik, received a senior leadership roles, and have tons and tons of those, which will be covering that as well with all the different background, all including, and not just these experienced guys, but also someone from no IT background or relocation to different countries and so on, or including with the career gap. So we're going to talk all of those on how they've done it using these frameworks. So as I said, not 1, 2, 3, but 45,000 individuals like you have done this exact framework. So who this class is for? So this class is for someone who is working in IT and take their career to the next level, or if you're new and want to move into the IT as well. So goal is to go, if you're complete beginner, to go and get a salary range between 50 to 100K. If you're already working on that range, maybe taking it to 220K plus or 180K plus, depending on where you are right now, or as I said, in excess of 250K plus. So these are the 3 salary goals which we'll be aiming towards, and the different domain role which we'll be targeting as well. So we'll first begin with what to learn and why to learn begin with as well. So we'll talk about AI, machine learning, generative AI, data science, and in that what the job roles available, and depending on where you're in career, different type of job roles, depending on maybe executive leadership roles or management roles or architect and engineer roles and development and operations, but in the context of AI, machine learning, data science, and generative AI as well. So we'll talk about some of the roles, what are the skills you should be doing, what kind of job opportunities are available in that, and how do you prepare yourself so that you go from not being confident to being confident on applying on for the jobs as well. So we'll talk about, and we'll also give you what to learn for this track if you're want to go on AI, machine learning, data science, or generative AI track as well. So some of the skills will give you the whole roadmap and path so you can know what to do, and including the basics as well as more advanced things that you should be learning, the concepts as well as some of the more advanced topics that you should be doing, things like RAG, LangChain, LLMs, foundation models, and so on. Prompt engineering, there's tons and tons of here. And then not only that, but also a lot of companies are these days implementing those AI, machine learning, data science, generative AI on cloud. So we'll talk about AWS services as well as the Microsoft Azure services, including certifications that are available. So that's about AI and machine learning track. Now in Microsoft Azure, AI Foundry, Machine Learning Studio, and things and tools like that, including the certification you should be doing. Now after that, we are going to do the second track, which is data, targeted for data engineers, data analysts, data scientists. So these are the different job roles, management specific roles, project manager, program manager within data, or architect, or developers, DevOps, data ops, or developers as well. And similar to that, we are going to talk about is what are the job available, what kind of how to search for those kind of a job if you want to go in data, and then what are skills you need to be prepared if you want to become data analyst. Specifically, things like Python is important for data engineers these days. If you're data analyst, Power BI or reporting tool, data visualization tools as well. And then these data related services on AWS cloud like DynamoDB, database migration services, and so on. So we'll talk about these services or give you high level idea about what you should be preparing and including certifications in AWS cloud for data engineers or data analysts. Then we're going to do the same thing for Microsoft Azure cloud or data engineering on Microsoft Azure, including Power BI as well. And then what kind of a job should we apply for data? And then finally, we do the same thing for cloud, DevOps, and MLOps. So in that cloud, we look at what all things you should be doing. Specifically, cloud has changed or come a long way. It's been maturing, but it's huge potentials. So within that, just alone with one single cloud is no more an option right now for you to do. It should be multi-cloud or more than one cloud. And we are going to pick two cloud, which is AWS and Azure. So what all things you should be doing on AWS and Azure cloud. So if you want to focus on more on a cloud, then what kind of roles? Depending on if you're in a leadership role or management role, you probably might have to do more than one track. If you want to focus on one, if you're an engineer or development or DevOps kind of a person, then you can stick to one of these three tracks which are mentioned here. And not only this, we'll also talk about more advanced things with respect to the cloud, the whole entire track about AWS, and not just that, but Kubernetes and containers on AWS cloud and Azure cloud as well that you should be doing. So if you're interested, we are going to go some of the other things which is like useful for all of them, which is MLOps, DevOps, machine learning, DevOps mastery, as well as the MLOps, CI/CD for MLOps as well, and so on. So if you're interested, below this video, there'll be link available that you can use to register for this absolutely free class. This is absolutely free class, and bring your own questions and what career guidance you should be doing. With that, this is the whole thing which I'm talking about, from being not confident to confident to apply, or not getting interview calls to getting multiple interview calls week after week. And then from no job offer to a job offer that you enjoy, and then pretty good paying job. With that, this is Atul from Team Kito Academy. Look forward to see you inside the class. The link will be in the description below here.